Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalaakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namini. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashata Deshatarini Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namosute Namo Brahmana Devaya Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha Jagadhitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Te Namaha Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanasute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratrishe Namaha Panchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Eva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Welcome everyone once again. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna everyone. So anyone remembers, or you all forgot? Last week we didn't have the class. So which chapter today?
Chapter 15.
Yes.
Purushottama Yoga.
Yes, very nice.
Yeah.
So you all celebrated New Year? Hope you all went to ISKCON or...
Yes, Mata.
Yes, Mataji.
Okay, very nice. Okay. It's visible, na?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, okay. So the chapter 15, Yoga of the Supreme Person or the Purushottama Yoga. So what is the meaning of Purushottam? Purushottama. Why is Krishna called Purushottama?
All living entities are feminine.
Ultimate.
Huh? Yes, Manjula Mataji? It was overlapping. I couldn't hear. Manjula Mataji was saying something.
Yeah, I was trying to, I was guessing
Yes.
some answer, Mataji.
Yes,
It's just
sure.
because
Please do.
all the living entities are called feminine is Prakriti, right, Mataji? So God only is Purushottama. So he's called.
Yes, nice. He is the only Purusha. Right. That is because he is the only Purusha. We are all Prakriti. That is, he is Purusha. Then why is he Purushottama? Yes, Raunak, I saw you also attempting. Yes.
He is foremost among all the men. That's why he is called Purushottama.
Yeah. So what are the other men called? Do you know that name? What Purushas? What are the other two Purushas? What are we called?
Mataji Jiva.
Huh?
Jiva.
No, some Purusha is there. Okay. It is Madhyama Purusha, Adhama Purusha we are. We are Adhama Purusha because we are dependent on so many things, right? I mean, even our body also is so many, we are completely dependent. Today's chapter also, we see like how in chapter 15 also, like Krishna says, no, like how he's there as a, I mean, fire of digestion. I mean, even for digesting our food, we are dependent. And for everything, we are like the subtle body also, the whatever the remembrance, the forgetfulness we get, that is also dependent. And also our senses also. Everything is dependent. We are completely dependent on the Lord, and we only have a minute independence. So we are, I mean, we can't, like when Arjuna wanted to see Krishna, so for universal form, so Krishna had to give him the divine eyes, otherwise he could not see, no? Because we have that charma chakshu and the normal material eyes. With normal material eyes, we cannot see the Lord, or we cannot understand. So we are Adhama Purusha. And somebody is called Madhyama Purusha. Who is that? Who is Adhama Purusha? Sorry, Madhyama Purusha. Any guesses?
Mataji, the Jivatma.
It's not Jivatma, it is the Paramatma, because he's not complete. The realization of soul we see, right? First is the soul, I mean, that is we, because the soul, though it is pure, when it comes into the conditional stage, it becomes fallen. So the second one is the Purushottama, that is Paramatma. So in Paramatma, it is not complete realization of God. In God realization, we have three stages, no? What are those three stages?
Paramatma,
First one, what
Brahman,
is the first?
Bhagwan,
Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagavan.
Brahman.
Yeah, Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. So Krishna is a Bhagavan, so he's complete. He's in six opulences, right? So that is why he is the Uttama Purusha, and also he is the enjoyer. We think that we are enjoyer, but we are not enjoyer. We are believing. We are in a false. We are thinking that we are here to enjoy, but do we have that independence to enjoy? Today we will see like how Krishna explains about this material world. Actually, this chapter 15, basically Krishna is giving an introduction to us to that. I mean, out of love, Krishna is saying that this is my abode. How it, I mean, he is like giving like a trailer of a movie. When you see the trailer, you feel like, okay, I want to go for that movie, no? So similarly, Krishna is going to give us a intro, like this is how my world look like, and this is how is the material world made of. So we have to develop knowledge. So what will happen by developing knowledge? You get detachment to materialistic thing, and then you get attached to Krishna. So that is the main purpose of this chapter. We need to develop more attachment towards Krishna. So let's pay our obeisances to Sri Sri Radha Govind. With their blessings, we try to understand this chapter. So last chapter, section 14, chapter 14, we saw like liberation and conditioning of living entity. So can someone tell me what are the three modes of material nature and how does they get conditioned? Like you have to tell the modes and then how do they get conditioned? How is it conditioned?
Mataji, Sattva-guna, Rajaguna, and Tamoguna.
Correct.
Are the
Very
modes
nice.
of
Yeah. So these are the three modes. And what is the highest? What is the guna that we have to come to? Which platform is that? What is it called?
Mataji, Suddha Sattva-guna.
Yes, very nice. So Shuddha Sattva Guna, that is pure mode of goodness, or Vasudeva Sthiti, it is called as. So how does a person gets binded in pure, not pure, in the mode of goodness? Why is it that we have to reach to pure mode of goodness? Because all the three modes are binding. Like one may be like you are tied in a iron chain, the other will be like you are tied in a silver chain, other one is golden chain. So all of the three you are tied only, right? You don't have freedom. So then how to come out of it? So this material world is like we have been tied like that in the three modes. So these modes are tying us. So what is tying a person? What is binding in the mode of goodness? How does he get binded in mode of goodness? Can anyone try?
Mataji, in the mode of goodness, a person gets a pride of being in the mode of goodness. Like Brahman is in the mode of goodness, but he has the pride of his knowledge.
Yeah. Uh, Brahman means it will be he'll be in a pure mode of goodness. Okay. So mode of goodness is not Brahman. It is basically pious people, we say, right? Like they are not engaged in sinful activities, but then everything good going good in life, and they're knowledgeable. Materially, they are knowledgeable. So what will happen? The happiness. Yeah, because of happiness and because they have achieved a lot in life, that pride may come. And so basically the happiness is binding the soul. And what is in mode of passion? What is binding?
Fruitive activities, Mataji.
Yes, very nice. So fruitive activities. And in the mode of ignorance, what is it binding? How does the person gets binded?
Mataji, laziness
Sleep.
and procrastination, so all these things like that.
Yes, very nice. So that's how the person gets binded, and he cannot come out of these three modes. But it is possible to come out by doing bhakti yoga, right? By being engaged in devotional service. Slowly, what will happen? All the Krishna in Bhagavatam, it is said, "Nashta prayeshu padreshu nityam Bhagavata sevaya," means always all this whatever the unfortunate things will go away from life when we start to do the devotional activity. So recognizing the supremacy a mode within a person. So first we need to identify which mode we are in. That's what we saw. And then action and death within the modes, transcendenting the. So what will happen? Like what will be the destination of one being in certain mode, right? So the sattva guna, he can go to the higher planets, and the tamo guna, he will go to the animal planet, and the rajo guna, he will come back to the same the earthly planet. So where he will be doing engaged again in the fruitive activities. That means there is no end. All the three, because Krishna says, "Abrahma bhuvana loka punaravartino Arjuna. Mamupetyetu kaunteya punarjanmana vidyate." Means even if you go to Brahma's world, even how much of a pious activity we may think it is good, and we engage in those activities, what will happen? You have to come here. Unless, because only from material world we can go back to Krishna by doing devotional service. Devotional service is possible mainly here, not in heavenly planet. Why? Can someone tell me why is it so? Why is that in heavenly planet we are not able to engage more in devotional service? What could be the possibility?
Mataji, heavenly planets, there are many objects for sense gratification. So it's
Yes,
very difficult uh, to concentrate on
yes,
Krishna.
yes, very nice. So because it is said the sense gratification is 10,000 times more compared to here. Like you will never get satisfied of having sense gratification there. So much the person will get involved, and when the pious activity is over, he has to come back here again. So obviously those three modes, if we are in the three modes, there is no chance of liberation. So but then yes, it is always good to try to be in sattva guna, because only in sattva guna we are able to understand this spiritual knowledge, and then slowly we can transcend this mode with the mercy of Guru, right? We need a Guru for that. So today, chapter 15, we have 4 sections: 15.1 to 15.5, becoming detached from the material world, the reflection of the spiritual world. 15 point section B, 15.6 to 11, Purushottama Yoga, so transmigrations. And section C, Krishna's position as a maintainer. And section D, the three shloka Bhagavad Gita, summarizing the Vedas and Vedanta, kinds of living entities. Section A, becoming detached from material world, the reflection of spiritual world. So it is like we are thinking that we are here to enjoy. No? It is just like in a drama, a person wears a costume of a king. That does not mean that he is real king. He is only acting. So similarly, we are coming here, and based on our karma, we got some body, that is the dress. No, it is not real dress. Or like if you go, if a person is a criminal, he goes to a jail. He is given one costume to wear. No, but when he leaves that jail, it is removed. So similarly, the soul is actually pure and eternal. But then when it comes here, it gets the body. And then we start to identify with that body, and we think we are that. And we start to because of the false ego, we think that I am the enjoyer, but we are not the real enjoyer, because Krishna says we are part and parcel of Krishna. No, only then when I understand that, I can be happy. So becoming so for that necessary knowledge we need to develop about the material world. So this knowledge is given by Krishna. So whatever we see in this material world, it is just a reflection of spiritual world. Whatever we have, I mean, there are relationships, because Krishna also shares relationships in 5 rasas. Here also we have all those relationships. No, we have like with parents we have a relationship. I mean, there are like a boyfriend girlfriend, right? We say here, but then it is like there it is even impure. Here it is lust, but there it is pure love. And the friendly relation, Sakya, Krishna has that. And in the Shantarasa, and with the like with the animals we have here, people keep pet animals. So that there is in Shantarasa, the animals have with the Krishna. And we have another one is what? Sakya, Dasya, yeah, the servant. So here also we do have servants. I mean, some person serving the other, or we work for somebody. So who are like we are subordinate to someone, or so that all relationships which we have, everything is there. But here it is. So that is why it is said the reflection of the spiritual world, but it is not the real one. Shri Bhagavanuvacha Urdhvamulam Adhashakam Ashwattam Prahuravyayam Chandamsi Yasya Parnani Yastam Veda Saveda Vet. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, it is said that there is an imperishable banyan tree that has its roots upward and its branches down, and whose leaves are the Vedic hymns. One who knows this tree is the knower of the Vedas. So imperishable banyan tree. So this material world is compared to imperishable banyan tree. And we know, like usually the tree, the branches will be down, no? But here this starts with the branches. So on the top of this material world, it starts with the root, and then below we have everything. So basically the Brahma, the topmost planet is Brahma planet, no? So from Brahma only the 14 planets come. So so Brahma is on the top, and below we have the different planets. So that is what is this tree is about. And the leaves are compared to the Vedic hymns. So actually this is like dharma, artha, kama, moksha, we say, no, the 4 things. So that is what Vedas describe. So dharma, economic development, the religiosity, right? Artha, kama means desires, moksha, and then liberation. So these things, these green leaves of this tree show that actually this is not a real tree. This is just for a explanation. To understand, make us understand. So in this section, Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna talks about material world, how a living entity gets entangled in the material world. So how do we get entangled? When we involve in the fruitive activities. When we do any, because all the karma, or the pious work or the impious work, make a person binding. Because to get that return, we have to come here, and we have to, that's how we get entangled. And mainly because of the desires. We have so many desires. So because Krishna is there as Paramatma in our heart, and he is watching us, so we will have to fulfill that desire. Obviously we have to take, we have to be very careful what we desire, because that until that desire gets fulfilled, we keep coming back. So spiritual world, which is the actual source of the material world, and the need, material world. So everything emanates from the spiritual world. And also we know, like Ishopanishad also says, Krishna is, everything emanates from Krishna. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vishishyate. Purnamadam Purnamidam. What is that? From Krishna, Purna, this material world is coming out from Krishna. Purna, and that is also complete in itself. And Purnamadaha. Adaha is, Purnamidam is spiritual world. Adaha is the material world. So that is also coming from Krishna. So but then both are complete in itself. But then the source is the spiritual world. it is from everything coming from the Lord. So the need for developing detachment. So what is the need? So that is what we understand by studying this banyan tree. The analogy of banyan tree is used to show how the material world is a perverted reflection of spiritual world. Lessons that can be learned from this analogy or material world. Lord Krishna compares this material world to an inverted banyan tree with its roots upward and branches downward, being because it is being reflected on water. So you see in this tree, right? So okay, it is not showing here. Okay, that is coming in the next, I think. Yeah. So this can be seen of a tree standing on the bank of body of water. The tree is analogized with the spiritual world and reflection to the material world. The desires of the living tree are compared to water. Desires are the cause where living beings are situated. A living being performing fruitive activities is like a bird jumping from the branch to branch, enjoying the fruit of tree, which are dharma, artha, kama, moksha. 1 second. Lot is there. Okay, that picture is missing, no? Oh, that picture is not there. I think you must have seen, like, okay, you can imagine there is a tree near to the banks of a river, right? So the reflection, when there is a reflection of the tree, we can see it is a like on the it looks like the branches. I mean, the roots are on the top. So that is what is compared to our material world, and also in the spiritual world. From the what is that one thing which is separating us from spiritual world? So there is a spiritual world on top, Radha Krishna. You all may have seen that picture, right? The spiritual world image is there, and Radha Krishna is there, and there is a river. And that river, after that, we see the material world, which starts with the Brahmaloka. I think this is the one we saw.
Desires.
Yeah. Yes. Very good. So desire is a thing. Because of the desires only we are here. So if we don't work on our desires. So Prabhupada says, is it okay? What do we do? Can we completely stop our desires? What should we do actually? Is it possible to eradicate the desires completely? Is it possible?
No, Mataji.
Oh, Mother.
Okay. Then what should we do?
Mataji, we should direct it in the service of.
Yeah, we have to direct it in the right way, no? We have to dovetail. So basically, whatever we do, we have to bring Krishna in it. Only then, I mean, even if you're working, so even if you're working for, we can keep a time like how we divide our day, 8 by 8 by 8. No? So some time keep for Krishna, for the spiritual activity and for doing japa, reading Prabhupada book, right? So and also even if we are working, if you are not you're not able to completely, like in 12th chapter we see how, if not this, how else one person can engage in different, no? Krishna gives option. Ananya, if Ananya Bhakti is not possible, then you do the sadhana bhakti. If sadhana bhakti is not possible, then you do the nishkama karma. Nishkama karma means engaging our mind, intelligence and words, everything in service of Krishna, right? At least do any service. There are, I mean, we have and also our temple is coming up. So any from your side, if anything you are able to do, so that doing that also is doing a service to Krishna, or engaging in some doing like some admin, or like a or taking into preaching, for at least starting with the children, or like that. So some doing some kind of service. So what happens? We start getting attached to Krishna. I mean, it is good for us also to develop knowledge, right? And also it is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's order that everybody in the Sampradaya, so they have to preach, because ours is a preaching moment, no? Yare dako tare kaho Krishna Upadesh.
Krishna
So
Upadesh.
whoever we see, we need to give that Krishna consciousness to them. But yes, it's not possible to give to non-devotees. So only thing we can do, like now the new batch is coming. So as far as possible from your end, like this Monday, right? So the new batch is going to start. So spread a word. So that is also a seva, right? So somehow we need to redirect our desires towards the Lord. So by engaging in service of the Lord. Uh, And also, Rupa Goswami Prabhupada said in this connection that nothing is material because everything belongs to Krishna, because he is the creator. Everything belongs to him. So just make it in service of the Lord. So in that way, we can dovetail the desire. So a living being performing fruitive activities is like a bird jumping from the branch to branch, enjoying the fruits of the tree, which are dharma, artha, kama, and moksha. So we have in the tree there are branches, many branches. So basically, the person engaged in fruitive activities is just like he is jumping from one to another based on the different activities he does. Sometimes, if he does good pious activities, he will go to the topper planet. And if we saw here, right, in the previous picture, here you can see when pious act, you can go and we can become devatas or demigods. When a person engaged in the impious act, he falls down. And if he engaged in sense gratification, right, then we will go to the animal kingdom. So this is how uh, we fall, or I mean, like different branches. Just keep hopping from one branch to another branch if we are engaged in fruitive activities. The material world is not only unreal and perverted reflection of spiritual world, but it is temporary. Bhutva bhutva praliyate, Krishna says, no? Because every day of Brahma, at morning, he creates the material world, and by night, it gets annihilated. So this material world, because Mayavadis think that this is, I mean, doesn't exist. But how is it possible? It is not possible that it is does not it is anityam sukham lokam, or anitya means it is temporary, or it is not. Uh, I mean, but the spiritual world, it will never annihilate. No, it is always there, and in the spiritual world. And also, Krishna says that when everything get annihilates, the only thing remains is the spiritual world. So whatever we see, it is not really the uh, true thing here. So because in spiritual world, whatever, like for example, like why do we? Everyone in this world are behind. I mean, they are in search of happiness. Correct. So anybody here who don't want happiness, or you are looking out for misery? Anyone like that? Yes. Anybody looking like I want to have some problem in life? Anybody wishes like that? No, right?
No, Mataji.
Yeah, no one wants, because we all of us want. Why do we have that innate nature that for seeking happiness? Because the soul by nature is happy, the blissful, but we have forgot, and we have tasted it in the spiritual world. Huh? We have already tasted that, and we are searching here. Where is that? Where is that? So finally, until we connect to Krishna, we keep searching for that happiness in different things until we get that realization. So that is what. And also, whatever we don't like, and we don't like the body aging, no. We feel like when we are getting old, we don't like, I mean, we feel like if there are any wrinkles, or we are like becoming old, what do we feel? Or we are afraid of like old age. Everybody are afraid. Why? Because the soul does not, in spiritual body, you don't have this birth, death, old age, disease, because we have already tasted something higher. And we are, so whatever we don't like in this material world is that because it is all perverted reflection, and it is not true. My true identity is Jivere Swarupave Krishnare Nityadas. But that identity we have forgotten, and we are suffering here. So that is why Krishna, out of love, he is telling you don't belong to here. Just like there is a rich man's son. Okay, there is a rich man, and his son, he's lost. And that person one day, he rich person's going in a car, he sees the boy, and he's picking something from dustbin and eating some bread or something somebody has put, and he's eating. How does he feel, father? Right, he feels so pitiful and for him, and so compassion. So similarly, Krishna is feeling that. I mean, we are all rich. I mean, our father is so rich, Krishna, right? We are his children, and we are seeking happiness in small things here, and we are getting attached in very petty things, right? So that is why this knowledge Krishna is giving through this Bhagavad Gita. Why has he have to give all this thing? He could have just like this left, no, but then he is giving this knowledge so that people let them read and come back to Krishna, so that in that way at least he's trying to pull us through. He always because Krishna want to enjoy with us. We wanted to enjoy independently, so that is why we are here. So a tree is not going to live forever. Similarly, all the living entities wandering in the material world are not going to be permanently situated at one place. So yes, Karana Guna Sangosya Sadashadyoni Janmasu, right? So based on the association, we saw this in chapter 13. So how based on the association, the person takes the next body. So obviously it cannot situate in one place. And Prabhupada gives an example like in the ocean, when when there is a wave, we see, right, when the wave hit the shore, there are so many things, dirt and so many plastic, whatever people have thrown, everything, the straw, everything comes and it comes to the shore. And again, in the next wave, it takes away everything. So similarly, it is said that in the spiritual world, in the material world, whatever connections we have, it's all like that, one wave. And it takes, and this life is gone, we don't know who is the other person, right? All the relationships comes to an end in that life. And next life, we take birth based on our karma and what we have done and our consciousness in the next life, and we continue our journey. So nothing is permanent here. Based on their activities, there are two possibilities. Some living entities might get liberated from clutches of material energy and go back to spiritual world. Other living beings are either promoted or thrown down into lower planetary system or lower species of life. So two possibilities. If we associate with devotees and we come in a, we should be always thriving. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that this Bhakti Lata Bij, this is like this devotion, how we have to take care is just like how a gardener take care of his garden. No, how does he maintain regularly? He waters it. No, he takes care that proper sunlight is coming, and what is a water for this devotional life is Shravanam and Kirtanam. More and more you should hear, more and more read Prabhupada book, be in association of devotees, right? Only then what happens? We are able to, because every day we are hearing, it is like a nectar, no, Prabhupada word. You have to hear Prabhupada, and we have to hear at least Bhagavatam. You all join. I don't know how many of you still not joining, but please do join every day morning. It will be so nice to start your day with hearing Bhagavatam. It is like watering. Otherwise, what will happen? You are hearing, and then again 1 week there is no class. You are not hearing. So what will happen? What will happen to a plant? You are watering 1 day, not 10 days. What will happen to that plant? Will it be able to grow nicely? Will that plant be able to survive for long
No,
time?
Mataji.
No, Mataji, it will
Yeah,
die.
yeah, same thing with us, devotional service also. If we are doing like weekly, once we attend a class, that is not sufficient. Regularly, you need to have that connection. How do you have that connection? You have to read. But alone reading, it is very difficult, right? That is why we have made this Bhakti Vriksha groups. You all should be a part of that group, and really, it will be very nice. Like I am doing currently the Bhakti Shastri, right? So we have on Fridays, we meet. It is so nice when we discuss, so many things come out, and there'll be so many views, different perception, and there'll be different doubts coming, and we understand so many things. Sometimes we may not know, the other person raises that doubt, and then everybody understands. So it will be really good. And also you get an association, and because the Bhakti Vriksha group is so small, you can personally share, like what are the 6 principles of sharing. We just had this in IDC class. So what are the 6 principles sharing between the devotees? Anyone knows? 6, how to share. Okay, I will tell. So dadati pratigrannati means accepting the gifts or charity from each other, like giving a gifts to a devotee friend and accepting. So that's our relationship built between them, no? So dadati pratigrannati guhyamakyati prichati means hearing to their confidential thing, or like when you join like Bhakti Vriksha, like since it's a small group, any problem, because you may face in your Krishna conscious life, you can ask them, okay, I'm not able to chant properly, or I'm not able to concentrate. How do you manage? Right? You can question them. How do you manage? Or how is your chanting going? Or how can I improve? So these things you can also like that you can ask. Guhya makyati pruchati. Bhungte bhojayate chaiva. So even the food sharing, I mean, you go to their house taking prasad and you invite them sometime. So that's how the relationship build. So these things are required. Like if not, then if there is no association, then it is very likely we cannot stay in Krishna consciousness. We will fall down, right? When Prabhupada, even when he is he's already in Brahman platform, Prabhupada, but still he always aspired, like if he used to feel sad when there was no association. The main thing he felt bad when he went to US was because he didn't have an association of devotees initially, right? So it's very important for us. If Prabhupada wants, then what about us, right? We need the association. So please be in association and please attend the Bhagavatam classes, read Prabhupada book. So make a habit of, last time also I mentioned, at least 1 or 2 shlokas per day. So alone it is, I know it is not very easy. So I request, so join the Bhagavatam class and also the Bhakti Vriksha. So no living entity, right from Lord Brahma to an insignificant ant, will live forever. So what is the lifespan of Lord Brahma?
120 million years.
It's not 120, 311, right? 311 trillion years. So that is the life of Brahma. But then even Brahma has to die one day. So so everyone has life. Maybe ant will live for one day, or so this. But then Lord Brahma is for. I mean, is a of course he's a great. He's in a great position because of so much pious and devotional activity he has done. He has got that. Like so both have duration of lifespan, after which they have to take birth in a different body. So not necessary that Brahma has to be a Brahma next. So every time the Brahma is actually not a person, it is a position. So it can change. Like after one Brahma position is over, next somebody else will come as Brahma. So these are all the name of different Brahma is also given in the Bhagavatam. And so sometimes it is said that when there are no Brahma, there are no qualified person for to be in that position, then Krishna himself takes that position as Lord Brahma. So Lord has said this material world is dukkhalayam ashashvatam, place of misery and temporary. So Krishna says that he is the creator and we have to believe it. No, somebody who is a manufacturer of a product and he is telling that my product is having this defect and we have to accept it. No, so Krishna has created this material world, and if he is saying that this is material world is dukkhalayam, so this is full of misery and it is a ashashvatam and it's temporary. Why is he giving all this information? Because with knowledge only we will slowly we can get detached to this material world and attached to Krishna. So everything that we see in the material world actually exists in spiritual world. That's what I told the rasas. No, the form and quality in spiritual world is completely different, made up of Satchit and Ananda, eternally knowledge and bliss. So it is said like in spiritual world, whatever you see, it has life. No, it is everything has life. It is because the from it is said like Lord Balram expands himself in the Shantrasas also. Like whatever Krishna uses the things, like the flute or the kartal or the mridanga, everything, whatever used in the spiritual world, everything has I mean, it all Krishna Balram expands in the Seva Bhav. So everything is having a life. And in the spiritual world, even because it is based on their feeling, the spiritual form is when they realize. So the person may want to serve the Lord in the either Shantarasa or any or Dasya or the other rasas, but then it is full of Satchit and Ananda. always blissful, eternal, knowledge and blissful. Nothing in the spiritual world is formless, without any qualities existing as impersonal light. Because this is a misconception where Mayavadis think that this Krishna is impersonal. Because why they say like that? Because they think if there is a body, then there is a pain. They don't understand God is not, God's body is Sachidananda. He is not a normal like us. Because Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha he is. So his body is always eternal knowledge and bliss. So have we ever seen anyone defeated Krishna? No, no. In the, I mean, he killed so many demons. Nobody could defeat Krishna, and that too without weapons, he was able to do kill all those demons. So his form is not like us. So they think, Mayavadis think that how can God? They can't imagine God to be of that. There is something called spiritual form. So they think God is. So they think that it is better to think God as impersonal, as a light, so that there is no. And that also their concept is to becoming one with the Lord. No, so if you get body, again there is a misery. They think like that there's a misery. So let me merge with the Brahman. But that is not true. Actually, the real seva starts after we get liberated, because we get engaged in the service of Lord in the spiritual world. So it is very much personal, because everyone has a personal relationship with Lord. No, it is not like someone. I mean, here it is not like that. We can't. Not everybody has a, like, even in the class, teacher may have some person as a favorite. No, it is, but Krishna is not like that. I mean, so many species are there, but for each species and each living entity, Krishna is there as Paramatma, no? And he's giving that personal association. He corrects them, he gives guidance, and he's trying to take us back to spiritual world. And Krishna says in this one, even in the Brahma Samhita, that whoever surrenders to me, even at the least of the ant and Indragopa is the insignificant insect. From that insect to Brahma, I will burn away all their sinful reaction. Whoever surrenders onto me, right? Even the why do the that has born as insect, because of its previous deed. So, but then whoever surrenders, because we know like Gajendra, he surrendered, he offered the flower, no, the elephant. So Krishna accepted it. So Krishna accepts anything. So it is more personal relationship with the Lord. It is not like Krishna is impersonal. So the leaf of the tree are compared to Vedic hymns. The living entity is hopping from branch to branch, trying to taste fruits called dharma, artha, kama, etc. So we are jumping from one branch to another branch of the tree. So we taste that fruit. Sometimes it is sweet, sometimes it is sour, no, and sometimes it is bitter. So these are the experiences we get in life. But when we think, when we are happy, we think this stays forever, but nothing stays forever. Krishna says, Matra sparshastu kaunteya shitoshna sukha dukkha agama payino nitya tamsi tikshasva bharata. So these are temporary. Whatever happiness and distress is happening here, which comes and goes. But then you have to, you should not become bewildered by these changes. So that will happen. So this material world is designed like that. If it is designed, everything is right here, what will happen? We will be planning to be here only. Wantedly, Krishna has kept like that. Wantedly, he made this material world like that, so that we kind of detachment we develop here, and we can go back to Lord. So the fruits of this tree are dharma, artha, kama, and moksha. One should not become bewildered by the leaves and fruit of enjoyment. So what does it mean? So never get attracted towards the fruitive activities mentioned in the Vedas. Krishna say because even the Vedas mainly focus on the it is also Krishna's. Yes, the main purpose is to know Krishna, but then there are so many distractions. Basically, to bring a person, it is not easy. Like immediately you give someone. If Varna, so immediately if you are teaching in the Vedas, he will not be able to understand. So slowly, what will they do in the Vedas? So to do the ritual by different ritual. And so by doing that, doing some sacrifice, you achieve something like that. So somehow the person can elevate slowly. But then devotional service is not like that. It is purifying. Anyone can take and they can get purified. But then if we follow the Varnashrama system and the rules and regulations or so many things mentioned in the Vedas, then there is a chance like you get attracted to it. No, when we do it, there is a possibility like we get attracted and we may fall down. We forget the real purpose, though the purpose is to know Lord. So one needs to understand the purpose of Vedas, which is to know the Lord, the compiler of Vedanta. So Krishna says, Vedaischa sarver ahameva vedyo. The branches of this tree extend downward and upward, nourished by the three modes of material nature. The twigs are the object of senses. This tree also has roots going down, and these are bound to fruitive actions of human society. So the branches of this banyan tree are spread in all directions. In the lower parts, there are variegated manifestation of living entities, human beings, animals, horses, cows, dogs, cats, etc. So based on the association, we take that birth, engaged in impious activity, fall down to the lower species. And see, even the human entities are considered to be lower because the bodies of devatas, they don't, I mean, it's not like us. It don't sting. I mean, they are like they don't. I mean, we get. I mean, if it is cut, we get a blood and we get right. But for them, it is not like that. How many years they live? They'll be like looking very young and they'll be beautiful, right? So it is not like us. And whereas the upper parts are higher forms of living entities, the demigods, Gandharvas, and many other higher species of life. So whenever they punish, like we know, Narada Muni, right? So Narada Muni was Gandharva. He was punished and he was to be born as a maid son. No? So that's how they punish, because they consider this human form also as a lower birth compared to other higher species. Higher species means the Devatas and Gandharvas and all of them. So as a tree is nourished by water, so this tree is nourished by three modes of material nature. So how does this tree grow? So only when we water it, it will grow nicely. So similarly, what is the water for this tree to grow, this banyan tree? So it is said the three modes of material nature. So because of that only, it is the expanding. No, so what's the different modes we inculcate, then what will happen? Accordingly, the new species born. No, out of the species, not new species. I mean, different. We take birth in different animals or different living entities based on the modes we acquire. Just as some tracts of land are barren and some tracts green, depending on availability of water, depending on the prevalence of particular mode of material nature, different species of life are manifested. This is what is given. The twigs of the tree are considered to be sense object. The sight, smell, sound, taste, form, touch, so on. So the twigs in the small branches we can see, no? Like we see we have a bigger branch and also there are small tender branches. So those are the twigs of the tree. So that is compared to the sense object. So we see so many things with our eyes, right? With the nose we smell, with the ears we hear, with the mouth we taste, with the form we can touch, right? So these are the sense objects considered to be the sense object. By development of different modes of nature, we develop different senses. Eyes, ears, nose, skin, and mouth analogize to the tip of branches. So whatever mode we associate with, based on that, because we see, no, the animals, the formation of their eyes, nose, ears, everything is different. So that's how the mother nature, she makes like how a tailor makes the dress based on our body. Similarly, based on our desire, mother nature gives us a dress, so which is suiting everything. No, those through the senses we enjoy different varieties of sense object. The senses are associated with enjoyment of different sense object. The subsidiary roots are attachment and aversions, which are byproduct of different varieties of suffering and sense enjoyment. The tendencies toward piety and impiety are considered to develop from these secondary roots, which spread in all directions. So we have a main root, so and also there are subsidiary roots. No, in the roots also we have like that. So that is compared to the attachment we develop. Like we have for certain things we are very much attached, and certain things we don't like. So the likes and dislikes. So Krishna says we have to come out of this delusion. No, te dvandva moha nirmukta. So Krishna says that, I think it comes in chapter 7. Ichchadvesha samuttena dvandva mohena marata. I don't know what is that. Actually, this desire and the hate. Because of these two things, the duality is coming. So you have to raise about that. So that is why it is here. It is said that Ichcha and Dvesha, these things are compared to the subsidiary roots. The tendency, okay. So the real root is Brahmaloka, and other roots are in the human planetary system. So the top of the tree, where the tree starts, it starts from Brahmaloka. After one enjoys the result of virtuous activities in upper planet, he comes down to the earth, renew his karma or fruitive activities for promotion. This planet of human beings, the earth, is considered the field of activities. Yeah, so here is the picture you can see. So this is a spiritual world. Okay, so this just to understand how the spiritual world, like spiritual world is 3/4 of creation of the total creation of the Lord, and our material world is only 1/4. And material world is not just this where we stay. This is not even that. So there are many world material. This is not just this one planet. There are many planets like that. There are many material planets. So, and all the 14 planets belong to this material world only, because under Brahma there are 14 planets. Everything belong to material world. So all including it is only 1/4. And Krishna's and what is it? This we see this river, and what is it separating us is the desire. So here you can see. If you want, you can take a snapshot of it, picture. So it clearly explains. So a reflection of desire. So there is a spiritual world here. You can see the tree, right? This is a tree, and here the downward, right? So this is
Hey
compared
Krishna
to
Mataji.
yes.
Yes, what is this 14 lok all belong to this Brahma, this Brahma universe only?
Yes, it's a material world only. Brahma also is in. He's not in the spiritual world. Material world.
Okay, okay, Hare Krishna.
All the 14 planets which emanate from Brahma, Lord Brahma, all are in the material world only. So the banyan tree, the material world is a perverted reflection of spiritual tree. So this is a tree. This is the root of a spiritual tree. So here we can see that it starts with the root, and there's a gap, and this is said to be the desire. And this is the root, real root upward Brahmaloka, secondary root downward Bhuloka, attachment aversion. So everything is given here. You can take a picture, and whatever we read now, same thing has been given here. So the only way out of tree is detachment. So there's no other way how to come out of it. No. So how can we develop such knowledge? So one has to find a person who is in knowledge. So tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadeshyanti te gnanam jnanina sattva-darshina. And also in it is said sakshat daritrena samasta shastre. So Krishna, spiritual master, he knows everything. Sakshat daritrena samasta. So he because Prabhupada is called as Bhakti Vedanta, means end Vedanta, anta of Vedas. So he knows everything. After that, he is giving us this knowledge. Otherwise, it is not easy, right? It is not easy to understand what is given in Vedas. Not easy. So he knows what is the real essence of this all Vedas. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also, when Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he asked him, why are you like sentimentally always chanting? Why don't you are a Brahmana, I mean, you are a sannyasi, brahmachari, you have to read Vedas. Why are you wasting your time like this? He thought like this person don't know anything, he's just chanting. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that my Guru Maharaj told me that you are a fool. You are not so intelligent to read Vedas. Actually, he is not. He was a Nimai Pandit. At the age of 7, he had defeated one big scholar, Keshav Kashmiri, right? So, but then he didn't show that. He wanted to show himself as a very insignificant. Then he said that I have to chant. So we have to develop knowledge, and then we have to take from what Acharya is giving us, following the 4 regulative principles, and reading the Shastras, doing the chanting. Please do increase your rounds. If you're still there at 1 round, 2 round, that's not sufficient. You have to increase and try to do 16 round. That is what Prabhupada has given, and Prabhupada has promised that if we chant 16 rounds and we follow regulative principle, Prabhupada will take us back to God, back to Godhead. And if is a liberated soul, and when he is saying like that, and that cannot be a lie. If we really follow, for sure, Prabhupada will take us. So find one in knowledge, hear from him properly about the relationship between Lord and living entity. So surrender to the Lord. But how to surrender? Through spiritual master. So we cannot directly go to Krishna. That is why when we, before saying the Hare Krishna mantra also, we say the Panchatattva mantra, because through the acharyas, we take their mercy and then chant the holy name. Only then we are able to associate with the Lord. So no false prestige that he is Lord of material nature, not in illusion. So we should not be thinking that I am the Lord, but then Krishna is the Supreme Lord, but I am the servitor. So that understanding. So attains the eternal abode. Gives a false association free from dualities. So these dualities of Ichcha and Dvesha, that will go when a person realizes his real identity. Only then he becomes qualified. Not that immediately he can go, but then he becomes qualified to go to Krishna's world. So the differences, so we can see here how the entanglement happens. So here we can see the spiritual world, and here nicely it is shown. So how the reflection exactly, the material world and Brahma on the top. So reflecting medium. Original tree is spiritual world. Material world is reflecting on desire, perverted reflection. How does it nourish? The water for this tree. So more and more, the 3 modes are involved. Many species are evolved, and so many branches are coming out from this tree, right? So roots, the real root of the material existence, grow upward, topmost planet of universe, Brahmaloka. Secondary root in the human planetary system, that is Bhuloka, and grow downward and spread in all directions. Subsidiary roots are attachment and aversion, which are byproduct of different variety of suffering and sense enjoyment tendencies toward piti and impeti, and considered to develop from these secondary root. So branches, upper and lower, we know, right? The Satyaloka, Tapaloka, all those are in the top, and Bhuloka is the in the our earth, and then also we have the below planets, the lower planets, where the demons or the lower species come. Various manifestations or lower parts of branches are human beings, animals, horse, cow, dog. Upper parts are the Smisa. Green leaves, Vedic hymns, ritualistic formulas of Vedas. Twigs, sense object, sound, form, touch. Tips of branches are senses. Fruits are karma of jiva's action. Dharma, artha, kama, moksha. So whatever the kind of activity the person is involved, accordingly he gets the desire, and he does the economic development. The people get involved in so many economic development, that is called as artha. Because for fulfilling desire, so you need to work, no? So for fulfilling kama, the person has to do artha. So he has to work for it. And then moksha, hops from branch to another to taste the fruit. The real form of this tree cannot be perceived in this world. No one can understand where it ends, where it begins, or where its foundation is. But with determination, one must cut down this tree with the weapon of detachment. So, doing one must seek that place from which having once gone never returns. And there surrender to that Supreme Personality of Godhead from whom everything has begun and in whom everything is abiding since time immemorial. So, how to cut down this tree? So, cut down in the sense we are now we only with the devotional services. So by engaging in devotional services and also with the knowledge, so this knowledge give us the necessary, I mean, how to develop that love for Krishna. You saw like why all this are Jnana chapters, no, all this is giving like from chapter 13 to 17. So 18 is a summary. So 13 to 17 is all about knowledge. And all this knowledge, why is it required? So that we finally we have to get the bhakti or devotion. And it is said if we are not able to develop that we are able to understand that what is my highest goal and that devotion is not coming, then there is no point of reading all Bhagavad Gita and then engaging again, going back to a normal routine and not doing anything on the on our self realization, right? So then there is no point. So that means we have not understood the essence, no. So for that we need to develop, I mean, once the knowledge is, what is right knowledge? Right knowledge means we understand that what is my real position, or then engage in the service of Lord. So that is the real position. The real form of this tree cannot be perceived in this world. Use the axe of detachment. So for a physical tree, if you have to cut down, you have to use the axe. So similarly, how we can cut down this all the fruitive activities by getting the detachment, and that through knowledge it comes. This tree is not real, but reflection of the real tree. Impossible to fully understand of the real tree. So spiritual world we cannot understand. It's not easy. Huh? It's not easy because even Krishna says nobody can understand him. Name vidu suraganaha prabhavanna maharshayah. Not even the devatas or the maharshis can understand me because everybody came after me. Because everybody comes, I mean, from Krishna's mind. So there were no one before that when Krishna was there. So it's not easy to understand the real tree. Solution: cut down this tree with determination with the axe of detachment. Then one must go beyond the tree and surrender to Supreme Personality of Godhead. Why the real form of the tree cannot be understood? Because root is up and extension is at the other end. When we are entangled in material expansion, we cannot see how far the tree extends and where in the beginning. Because Krishna, Ata Shri Krishna Nama Dina Bhavet Grahyam Indriyai Sevonmukhehi Jivvatau Swayameva Spurati Ataha. So therefore, you cannot understand Krishna, his form, quality, past tense with our material senses. So when we are entangled in this material world, it's not easy to understand Krishna. So only Shri Krishna Namadi Nabhavitrayam Sevon Mukhe Jivadav Swayameva Spritiyada. But when we are engaged in service of Lord, so then slowly all the knowledge gets revealed to that person. How to find out the cause? So just like father, I mean, always there is a father, no? So my father I have a father, my father has a father. If you go like that, so finally we get Brahma. And who is father to Brahma? So Brahma is born from Garbhodaka Shai Vishnu, right? So above him is Mahavishnu. And from him, if we go like that, so it ends with Krishna. So all the goal, I mean, we see this in many chapters. Krishna says that I am the destination, I am the goal, because whatever we do, search, so the final is Krishna. It will go to Krishna. How to search out the origin from association of persons in knowledge of Supreme Personality of Godhead. That who is that? The spiritual master. So what are the benefits of this knowledge? Gradually become detached from false reflection, cut off this connection, actually becomes situated in the real tree. Importance of the word asanga. Asanga shastrena. So asanga shastrena dhrudena chitva. But with determination, one must cut down the strongly rooted tree with weapon of detachment. Detachment is only way out of the tree. So how to do that? How to get that detachment? Find the one in knowledge, surrender unto him, and attain the eternal abode. So because anything, right? For any we like if you want to become an engineer or doctor, you need to go to a certain college where you have to take a course. It's not like you may have book at home and you can study on your own. It's not possible. So similarly, this spiritual knowledge, it is not possible that we have and we will say, I will only do it myself. No, it's not that. That is not the way of knowing. Krishna also says, Imam vivasvate yogam proktavana hamavyayam ivasvan manave praha manurikshvakave pravit. So this supreme knowledge I have given to the Lord Vivaswan, and Vivaswan gave it to the Raja Rishis, the Manu, and Manu to Ikshvaku, like that it came. So it has to come like that. So we have to take this knowledge from a spiritual master only, the bona fide spiritual master. And then he will guide us what is the process of surrender, how one has to surrender to the Lord, no? And what is the way to go to his eternal abode. So that can be happen only when associated with the pure devotee. Nirmana moha ajita sanga dosha adhyatma nitya vinivritta kamaha dvandvair vimukta sukha dukkha sangnai gacchantya muda padamavyayam tat. Those who are free from false prestige, illusion, and false association, who understand the eternal, who are done with material lust, who are freed from dualities of happiness and distress, and who unbewildered, know how to surrender unto the Supreme, attain to that eternal kingdom. So who will be able to surrender the Supreme Person? One who is free from false prestige or pride. So not attached to bodily thing, because when we submit to a spiritual master, we have to do so many things. Because when the devotees, they were living very posh life, no, in initially when Prabhupada uh, uh, took them as his disciples. So everybody very menial work they were doing, though they all belong to very rich family, and even our Goswamis. So they all belong to very aristocratic families. But then for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they left everything, and even the so austere life they were doing. They were living under a tree, and the kaupina, they were wearing just a 2 piece of cloth. And food also, they used to do madhukari, I mean, that begging and then eating. It's not that they didn't have, they had all that riches, but then they sacrificed their life for Krishna, because by realizing that real position. So only that person who is able to, that is called nirmana moha, freedom from illusion. So even Sanatana Goswami, when he met Chaitanya Prabhu, he asked, Kiyami. He was a big scholar and he knew so many things. I mean, he knew Arabic, Persian, Sanskrit, everything. And everybody considered me a scholar, but I don't know who am I. So that first question he asked is like, who am I? Kiyami means I am who? Because I'm not this body, I'm soul, right? So that is, he's free from illusion. Jita Sangha dosha, freed from false association. So Adhyatma Nitya, understand the eternal. Dvandvair Vimuktair, freedom from dualities. Vinivritta Kama means done with material lust and unbewildered. Because many lives, after that we understand, okay, we are done with that. No? The person finally, how does a person, some person takes very early and some person late? Because it's just a matter of time. Everybody will come to Krishna, but then it's based on their karma and deeds, slowly will come. No? Bahunam janmanamante jnanavan mam prapadyate vasudeva sarvamiti samatma sudurlabha. But after many lives, one will come to understand that Krishna is the Supreme Lord, and that is very rare. But when a person is done with all materialists, finally, like how Bilva Mangala Thakur, no, he was so much attached to the prostitute, but then the spiritual master had to come in the form of a prostitute, and she tells that if the same attachment you had for Krishna, you could have advanced like anything. So immediately he rejects everything, the material life, and he takes to Krishna consciousness. So when a person is done with the material lust and he is unbewildered, now no more he has a he develops that vyavasayatmika buddhi. He don't have like, oh, whether I have to do this and that. No, he's very clear that my goal of life is to see Krishna in this life or to go back to Godhead. So by following the rules and regulations of acharyas, so then that person is completely able to surrender to Lord. Okay, I think maybe it is already time up. We can do this section B tomorrow. Okay.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Panchakalpatarubhischa कृपासिन्धुभ्यः एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनन्तकोटि वैष्णववृन्द की जय नमः ठाकुर की जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। Hare Krishna. Thank you, everyone. Any questions on
Hare
today?
Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Yes, any questions on today's class?
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. See, it's not that like if I'm saying or any some of my words, if you felt strong, but I'm just only repeating whatever is there and whatever I have heard from my teachers. It's not that I am perfect. I am also like you all. I'm also on a learning thing, right? It's not just if I'm saying like I am all perfect. It's all learning, and it takes many years. I'm just in 2 years into now Krishna consciousness. So yes, this is all just I mean, whatever is given in shastras, we try to but follow. We need to follow that. So try to at least do the japa. I request everyone to keep some time and chant more time, because you need to develop the taste, no, for hearing Prabhupada or hearing the about Krishna and chanting. So it won't happen unless we chant. We don't develop the taste. So you have to develop the taste. You need to increase your rounds. So don't stay on like 3 rounds, 4 rounds like that. I wish if all of you by the end of this 18 chapters when we finish, at least before you go, if you can chant, whoever is not doing, I mean, if you are already chanting more than 16 also here, and whoever are not doing, please do start. At least try to whoever like traveling also. If you need not like there is a count. What is that? You have a machine, no, for counting. That also you can buy. And there are so many things. If you visit ISKCON, any of your local temple, you get different things where you can do the counting. And it's not that you're traveling and you have to, and you can't take out your japa bead, right? You can do the chanting whenever you have a time or free time. You just have to make a wish, because yesterday we were having this in Bhakti Sadachar about the Rupa Goswami Prabhupada, right? So how he was in a Mohammedans government, and but then how still, I mean, can we imagine anything difficult than that? I mean, he's working for a Muslim emperor, and he is not allowed to I mean, do any of the Krishna conscious work. But then after coming evening, he used to read the Bhagavatam, and he used to preach them to his Muslim colleagues. So that's how, I mean, if you really wish, you want to do it, you can do it. Or we can find reasons that I cannot do, I have this problem, that problem. It's all. So that is why now we are having like morning japa session where you can join in temple link from 5 to 7 a.m. You can on your videos and chant along with devotees. Will be nice. So if in the temple link you can join at 5 o'clock. Whoever wish to join, like I request all of you to join the session. Okay. Any questions? Hare Krishna. Or anything you want to ask, or anything you can ask, or anything you have to say or share. Yes.
Mataji, I have a question.
Yeah.
Mataji, you said there is a counting box. Can you please let me know regarding this?
Yeah, there is some counter, Mataji. Every counter you can just press 1 until 108. You get that in ISKCON. Or you have an app also for Japan. There's an app also. So, or there is something like a ring. I mean, it can be like for students or whoever traveling. Na? It's like a ring, but then you can just press in that and you
Yes,
can see the
Mataji, I
number.
have it. Japa
You
counter.
have, yeah,
Oh,
yeah. If you can on your video and show Mataji, maybe it will help others. If possible, you can show that at least the picture or image of that your Japa counter. It can help. Think. Kalpana Mataji asked. Yeah. Yeah. Can you see Mataji? Yeah, that is the one. You can show the other side, Mataji, how you can wear that in the ring. Yeah. Yeah. See, it is like a ring. You can just wear. Wait 1 second. I'll just. You're not visible. Yeah. So this is how. Can just every count you can just press. While traveling and all, you can aram say you can do the chanting. Huh? Huh. Yes.
Mataji, from where we can buy this?
This
No,
is
you can
available
go
in
to
ISKCON temples.
Mataji. I mean, one more suggestion. In Android
Hmm.
phone, if she can search with mantra counter, she can download the
Yeah.
app on the desktop and she can start counting it. I do it in that way only, Mataji. It's very easy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think otherwise for this physical one, no, some may feel like in mobile it is difficult, na? Or also if there is no charge, if there is no charge in your mobile, you're outside, so
Some
that won't
notification will
help
come,
also.
Mataji. It will disturb a lot. That's why I bought this.
Correct.
Because
This
WhatsApp
is more help.
notifications will come while
True.
chanting.
Yeah, it is
That
distraction,
you'll
na?
have to
You will forget.
turn off the network.
Yeah, no, then it will be a problem. It may also you may need a call or if you're it's in a traveling sometime. We don't know. So yeah. Anyways, both anything you can try. Like you can try it out. Whichever.
Mataji, currently, I am using Prabhupada's Japa, which we can put it in plug in and.
Yeah.
But that count is not there. That is the only thing.
Prabhupada
In
Japa
kitchen.
with count also is there, Mataji.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I'll
you are
check.
telling the YouTube, na?
No, Mataji, that instrument what do you say?
Oh, okay, that one. Okay.
Prabhupada's,
Which in
which we
that
can put
count is
plug in
not.
and small thing.
That count is not there. Yes.
It's there,
And
Mataji.
actually,
Japa app, it is there. With Prabhupada,
see, and
it will come.
yeah, actually, recently when Mataji showed me how even in the hand only you can do it. Okay, like hand, just use these 4 fingers. So start from here. Huh? So Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. I mean, first you will say the Panchatattva mantra. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. So he starts from here. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. So you go here and then here, here. So come here and like this, like a C. Can you make out? I don't know if I'm able to. Like
The
this.
12
And
into 9, no, Mataji. 12 nines
yeah,
are
yeah.
right. I do this
12.
when I'm traveling.
Yeah, this is even easier, no? When you're traveling, because this is 12. And then here keep in this count 1, 2, 3, like 9. So 12 by 9, 108 is done. Understood? So this is 12. Here you have 12. So there's a like this only you have to go, like a E kind. E, it will come like this, like this. Okay, like this, it will come like this, and this will come like this, and it will go, and it will go like this, like this. So that's how I learned this in last Jagannath Puri Yatra. One Mataji showed me that that's how she does always. So that even if she don't have bead bags, so she can do in the hand. I mean, I also tried. It is really nice when you're traveling sometime. No, if you're not carrying anything, with hand you can do. And the other hand you use with the like 12 is done. So 1, 2, 3, like total 9 times. So 12 by 9, 108. One round is over. Like that you can do.
Yeah, first time when I started, I used my hands, Mataji. Then later
Yeah.
on I bought
Yeah,
beads.
even I was using all the fingers. I didn't know that you were not supposed to use like that. I was using both hands. Both hands I was using. Like 15, 15, 30, and 3 times I'll do it becomes 90. Like I was doing like that. Then 15. So something I was doing like that. But that was
This
more
tip,
difficult to remember. This was
yeah,
more easier.
yeah. This tip I learned from astrology because I was studying astrology. So in astrology there was 108 this thing. So there I thought
Yeah.
finger counting. So that I used
Oh.
it for
You use the
spiritual.
same thing like this only, the
Yeah,
E
yes,
sign?
yes, Mataji. Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone, yeah, we have three lines over there, right? So each line will be 9
Correct.
counts. We can
Ha.
easily finish it off in 5-6 minutes.
Yeah,
108
correct.
Mataji.
Yes, yes.
Mataji, for me,
Yeah.
it is easy for in hand.
Okay.
Very easy.
So actually, Prabhupada has told us to do on beads. So it is suggested to do on beads, but this is like like alternative. Like when you are not able to have the bead bag because outside you can't carry, especially like somebody's students are like right, they can't carry the beads outside. And today we were seeing also in the IDC class that we should not. I mean, that should not be disrespected. Then it is offense for us. Somebody sees and says something, then that is not good. So not to disclose in front of non-devotees. So that time and all you can use as an alternative. Otherwise, you can.
But by using beads, I mean, positive energy will be
Yeah.
more, right, Mataji?
Tulsi bead. It is really effective. It's better to use.
And we should not use, I mean, eat onion and garlic while doing chanting on beads.
No, nothing like that. Nothing
Okay.
like that. But otherwise, also it is good if we don't eat onion. See, when people come to this uh, the what to say level 1, I mean people are not like seriously following the regulatory principle. There'll be people who are still having meat and all that, but then we don't say you can't chant on beats. I mean, we say that we can chant on beats. Yeah, right. But it is good if we follow. I mean, they can do that with the neem beads. Yeah, with tulsi bead, yes, you have to be at least do some austerity. Okay, Ronak, Mataji, is it necessary to wash hands before doing japa on beads? Wash hands in the sense, I mean, it depends. If you have, I mean, not like if we have done any other thing, or it is good. It is good habit to wash. But anyways, I mean, if you do after bath, then there is no difficulty. Otherwise, uh, you can. No, nothing like that. You have to every time for uh, not necessary kind of, not a compulsory like every time you have to. But then if there is a dirt, then obviously the beads will become dirty, no? So it's better you can wash and do. Otherwise, it's fine. Nothing like every time you may need to wash.
Morning session, I saw you, Mataji. Daily I'm seeing you.
Oh, really?
Japa session.
You are joining?
Okay.
Even I'll join like in Buddha. Sometimes it'll miss Mataji.
Oh, please
But
do
we are joining.
on your camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Sometimes
because that is I mean NND Prabhuji has told that because it encourages other devotees also. So yeah. So you complete in the morning only all the 16 Mataji, Swati Mataji and Manjula Mataji?
No, Mataji, 8 rounds I am completing morning.
so I'll complete some few days. If I'm traveling, then it'll be missed. Otherwise, I'll complete it, Mataji.
Very nice.
Actually,
about
when I
others?
started L1, I just wanted to share this. 1 year back, I started this. 18 days batch. Then I switched to. There was a gap, but I stopped eating non-veg immediately. I was
Very
one
nice.
since birth we were eating non-veg. It was like I was eating non-veg a lot. When I
Okay.
started taking 18 days class, immediately after a few days, I stopped it. I don't know. I
Wow.
suddenly stopped it. I was not
Yeah.
intent to eat. At home, everywhere like, what's wrong with you? Why you stopped? It's like we are all non-vegetarians.
Yeah.
And recently, when I started chanting with Tulsi beads, I stopped eating onion and garlic also. They were
Wow.
like, what is happening to you? You're becoming psycho.
That-
And like you stopped everything.
They may be afraid, oh, she's going to become take sannyas or something.
Yeah, they already commented on me that she's become a sannyasi and a big priest at home. She's not eating non-vegetarian. Now stopped recently eating onion and garlic, 24/7 chanting, talking about only God, Krishna. If some conversation is happening,
Yes.
I'll talk about Krishna. Otherwise,
Yeah,
I'll
because
talk about Bhagavatam. There's just something
Yeah.
you're going to happen.
No, that is no, Mataji. It is because you have done so much. I mean, you have done a lot in previous life. It is not like so. It's not easy for everyone to take like that, na? Unless you have done because Krishna says, "Swalpam apyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat," and also like whatever. I mean, it is carried to next life. Whatever we did in this life, it comes to next life. So only this happens in spiritual. Material thing, whatever qualification we get, that is over in this life. But in the spiritual life, whatever we do, little also, and that is carried, and that memory is given by Krishna. Krishna will give that necessary memory required to, from there, the person will continue. You have done some 50%, you can, the 51% we do from the next life. That's how it is. Ronak, Ronak says that Mataji, I complete 16 round in 2 days. That is not Prabhupada said. You can, it is like 1 day. Okay, good. At least you are doing 8 rounds. Earlier, I think you were doing 4 rounds, right, Ronak? You do now 8 rounds. That is really good. Very nice. Very nice. Hari bol.
Mataji, your Bhakti, the Bhakti Shastri course, in which chapter is going on now?
For us, we actually completed 18 now. The just
18?
so yeah, next week we have exam.
You completed, okay. Because
Yeah, 18.
I have started half.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, I have to leave it back because I was out of India and the timing was not suitable. It was midnight, 1:30 sort of a thing.
Okay.
Finding difficult. But
Okay.
when I have completed up to the 7 chapters.
Okay, very nice. So you can continue from there.
Prandas Prabhu. With Chaitanya Prandas.
Oh, okay, okay. Very nice. Okay. It's very good.
Join this Bhakti, next Bhakti Shastri course whenever it is commencing.
Okay, I need to check, Prabhu. I need to check it out and let you know. Okay.
But
So when you were planning to join again?
anytime, because anytime now I am retired. So
Okay. So any new batch is there, I will intimate you. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Sure.
This
Just put
level
me,
2 is
just
also quite the understanding is much better because with the slides and all those things.
which one? Which one?
This current going this level.
Yeah. This is actually sometimes this is a
lot of
more,
efforts has been put in because
yeah, because the slides are like that. There are too many, I mean, many slides are there. I'm really doubtful, like if I'll be able to cover 15 chapter tomorrow. I mean, there are so many slides, right?
but it is better to complete all the slides, whatever you are. It is better to
Yeah,
easily. So we may go slow, but
yeah, it will go like that. I think it may go to next week also. I think the speed in my event because there's so many I can't complete. It is like more than 80 slides. Okay, so it may not be possible because we have just covered section A today. So let's see. Tomorrow, if it is not over, then we will take it to next week.
Mataji,
It's okay. We'll go slow.
how you have practiced this remembering the slokas, instant slokas of the slok he refers to here?
Okay, see, Prabhu, actually, the few whichever the main 108 shlokas initially I was trying to learn, but not I don't know everything in that. But then few are like in the classes, teachers used to say, no, this is important, or which are used in the PPTs especially.
Yeah, okay.
Those I used to learn. So it is just and it so few things I've mind hearing it came like a few of the main slokas. Like you can learn, I mean, we can learn that, not a difficult one. I had made for children something. I can share in the group if you wish, like,
I'll be happy to.
Yeah, or whoever wants, you just message me individually. You have my number. I will share you the drive link. I don't want to share in the group. I'll just.
Okay.
This is my number. You all know, I think. Anyways, I put the message, right? Obviously, every day. So, not every day, I mean, for the class. So, just message me. I will share you the drive link. There, how I used to teach was like how we used to have initially. I used to teach you all, no? Initially, we used to have the shloka session. Like the 4 parts. The shloka will have a 4 part, like 1 by 4. So 1/4 you have to tell for the kids also. That way I used to teach. So I give the gap for them to repeat, and then you repeat along with me like that. I have recorded like that myself. So that I will share you. You can just practice, whoever is interested.
Okay.
Like you can plan, Prabhu, like you can plan like, okay, for this week I will learn 2 or 3 shlokas. So slowly you learn over the span of some months, you will know. Like in Bhakti Shastri, you have to learn, no? There are so many
Yeah, correct.
shlokas compulsory.
Compulsory. Yeah.
Yeah, compulsory it is there. So better now only you can start so that
Yeah,
because
I was following that Krishna Dhan Prabhu from the Nasik. He has made some YouTube serial how to
okay,
recite those slokas. That is
yeah,
part of 5 times, then again one line
yes,
5 times, then learn 5
yes,
times.
yes,
That kind of it.
yeah. Five times when you do, no, it automatically get registers in your mind. So part if we when we practice,
Yeah.
it comes. Yeah, and it is good, na. If you know shlokas, I mean, we are able to quote it in a when that is
It's
required.
a
Like
lot of satisfaction. Yes, I was able to remember those.
correct, correct. Yes.
I'm also doing the same thing, Mataji. Per week, 2 slokas I'm remembering. So
Very
I'm
nice.
daily
Yeah,
chanting two slokas, one
But
not
you
eight
sing
slokas.
well,
What are they?
Mataji. I mean, Swati Mataji, she sings well. I mean,
correct.
that.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you,
yes,
thank
yes.
you.
Yeah.
Because I
Okay.
also learned Bhagavad Gita, one not that slokas, Ekadasi session will come, no Mataji.
Ha.
That time I listened twice. So then I started singing.
Okay. Okay. You can also we have a shloka classes going on, no? If any, I mean, if the time is maybe Rameshwar Naik Prabhu, where do you stay?
I am in Mumbai, Prabhu Mataji.
Mumbai. Yeah. So morning we have a shloka class like Krishnan Prabhu is taking 9 o'clock. We have so
Achha,
that you can join the classes.
yeah, okay. If the link I can join it.
Yeah,
Or
I
in
will
the
give you the link.
okay.
I think every day, Monday to Friday, I think it is having 1 hour. So most of the people they have learned and they recite during the Ekadashi time. All the chapters, 18 chapters they have learned
Okay.
because he teach very
It
good
will
and
be nice if I can get that
he'll
link.
keep the quiz and all that. Yeah, I will share you that in the group.
Okay.
Today I will share you and 9 o'clock there is that classes you can join.
Okay.
Okay. That is helpful.
In class, you are repeating slokas, no Mataji. In that way, I'm remembering the slokas. Manmana
Okay.
Madhva like
Uh-huh.
when you are repeating the slokas, it is really easy to read and remembering also, Mataji.
Yes, yes. So you can note down, right? During class when I say like many times on Shloka of Surrender I have told, but then when I ask people, will everybody will be silent. So you have to note it. I
I'm
used to
taking
write
screenshots
notes.
and note down. I'm
Yeah,
also
because I used to note and I used to make I had only for shloka only I was keeping one book like whichever I felt important in that chapter. Every chapter whichever is important I used to write in the book, and then you can glass whenever you need or some important points you need to write. Then only we will be able to remember. Yes.
even I'm also from 2 years. I'm also in this way
Writing.
only, Mataji. 11 only. I hope I attended the classes, almost 12 classes.
Yeah,
1
even I
year I
used to be like that.
continuously.
Yes, that's how, na, it is good because initially we won't understand only. Even 1 or 2 classes is not sufficient. Even I was attending like that initially. I mean, so many classes I was attending level 1. I think now sometimes I feel like the for other people it is like very fast coming to after 1 level, immediately coming to level 2 and immediately level 3 and immediately level 4. It is better to go slowly. So complete 1 level completely properly and then go to next level. So, I mean, it gets time for you to learning. Otherwise, you are merely like completing your exams and these things. We may, right? We don't get time to actually read. So go slowly, one by one, no problem. One after the other.
Level 3 also you'll take Mataji after level 2. Maybe it will finish soon, right? After 3 chapters. Level 2.
I'm not sure, Mataji. I need to check. I'm not sure if I'm taking or somebody else. No idea.
Okay.
Okay. So shall we close for today? There are no other questions.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare
Yes, Mataji.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So can we say Hare Krishna 3 times? Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare
Thank
Krishna,
you.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.
Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for joining. Hare Krishna. Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Mataji, for the nice narration and
Hare
class.
Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Hare